Good morning, class 11. In today's session, children, I'll explain you about the photoelectric effect and black body radiations. These two topics are very important for your exams also, and also in explaining the particle nature of electromagnetic radiation. If you remember, children, in de Broglie's equation or de Broglie's hypothesis, I told you about the dual character of electron, where electron behaves as a particle also and as wave also. So earlier it was assumed that electron is only a particle. When it was discovered, it was assumed that electron is only a particle, but later on when de Broglie put forth his hypothesis, it was proved that electron is not only a particle but also shows the characteristics of a wave. And what are the characteristics of a wave? The wave forms the crust and the trough while it travels. Okay, and there are many other phenomena which are shown by waves only, which could be successfully explained by electron or which could be successfully shown by electron also. So we have already done the dual nature or dual behavior of electron. Now in today's session we will study about the dual nature of electromagnetic radiation. So children, electromagnetic radiations, what are these radiations? First of all, these are the radiations which are comprised of electric field also and magnetic field also, and when these two propagate with in such a manner that the two fields are mutually perpendicular to each other, then the waves which are formed are known as electromagnetic waves, and this type of radiation is known as electromagnetic radiation. For example, if you see that this is the wave, okay, this is the mean position, and if suppose magnetic waves are traveling in this direction, then you can say that the electric waves will be perpendicular to it like this. So the two fields are perpendicular to each other, and when you see the waves are traveling in this wave with the two fields, electric and the magnetic fields, perpendicular to each other, then such a wave is known as electromagnetic waves. And electromagnetic radiations we get from sun is the source of electromagnetic radiations, the ultimate source of electromagnetic radiations. So these two rays, these two fields, electric and the magnetic field, reaches to us in the form of electromagnetic radiations, where the two are mutually perpendicular to each other. And electromagnetic radiations comprises of visible rays, gamma rays, UV rays, IR, that is infrared, UV rays, microwaves, okay, and radio waves. So these are the waves which are the part of electromagnetic radiations. So children, this is basically a part that you'll do in your physics in detail. So electromagnetic radiations are comprised of these two, in which visible you must have heard of, which is enabling us to see the objects. UV and infrared also you must have heard of, and rest are also, many of you must have heard of these waves also. So electromagnetic radiations are the radiations that we obtain directly from the sun. The sun's radiations are reaching to us in the form of electromagnetic radiations, where visible radiations reach to us and IR also reaches to us, and UV is restricted by the presence of ozone layer in the stratosphere. So these are some common facts which you must be aware of. Now coming to its dual behavior. Now since electromagnetic radiation, when we talk about radiation, obviously it must be behaving as a wave. That is why it is considered as a radiations, because radiation means we are talking about some waves only. So electromagnetic radiation, when considered as a wave, could successfully explain few phenomena, like the phenomena of interference, phenomena of diffraction, etc. But it couldn't explain the phenomena that I am going to explain you today, the photoelectric effect and black body radiations. So it was concluded that these electromagnetic radiations are not only waves, they also possess particle nature, because considering their wave nature, the photoelectric effect and the black body radiation phenomena couldn't be explained. When it was considered as a particle, then only these two phenomena could be explained. So it was concluded that just like electron has the two characters, similarly the radiations also has two characters, that is particle nature as well as the wave nature. So what is photoelectric effect? Photoelectric effect means the effect, this means it is the emission of electrons or the other free carriers from the surface of metals when light falls on them. So whenever the light falls on a metal surface, it leads to ejection of electron. Suppose this is a metal surface. This is a metal surface where if the light is striking, this metal surface, what will happen? It will lead to ejection of electron from the metal surface, because metals are considered as the losers of electron. The bodies which lose electron easily are considered as metals because of their low ionization potential. Okay, so whenever the light strikes the metal surface, the electrons comes out from the metal surface, and because of this the metal surface appears to be shiny. This metallic luster is because of this phenomena only. So this is photoelectric effect. Now this phenomena helps us to clearly understand the quantum nature of light and electrons. The successful explanation of photoelectric effect was given by Einstein. Einstein was the person who explained this phenomena with the help of an experiment in detail. Now according to him, he said the energy of a photon, which is equal to h nu, is equal to energy needed to remove an electron from the surface of the metal plus the kinetic energy of the emitted electron. So when the light strikes the metal surface, the electron comes out, and comes out means it must be having some kinetic energy also. That is why it is moving out. Whenever a body is in motion, it possesses some kinetic energy also. So whatever energy the light, the photon is imparting to the electron, first some part of it is utilized in ejection and some part of it is utilized in moving the electron on the surface. So you can say that h nu means the energy of the photon, which I discussed in Planck's quantum theory, which is equal to h nu naught plus Ke. Ke means the kinetic energy. Now h nu naught is, h is Planck's constant in both the cases, nu is the frequency of the incident light, nu naught is the frequency of the light which is necessary for the ejection of electron, and K is the kinetic energy. Now this is also known as work function. This h nu naught, the product of these two, is also known as work function. Here the details are mentioned. Nu naught is the threshold frequency, that is the minimum frequency required for the minimum frequency of the incident light which is needed for the ejection of electron. H nu naught is together is also known as W, work function, and V is the frequency of incident light. So it can be asked to define this nu naught, threshold frequency. How will you define it? It is the minimum frequency that an incident light must possess in order to eject the electron. So on further elaborating it, you can write h nu is equal to h nu naught plus half mv square. The number of electrons which are ejected depends upon the intensity of the light or the brightness of the light. The more is the brightness of the light, the more will be the number of electrons that will be ejected. The direct relation is there. Next, for each metal there is a characteristic minimum frequency below which photoelectric effect is not observed. Obviously each metal has its characteristic property of losing the electrons. Some loses very easily, which has very low ionization potential, which are very good metals, and some takes time, which have high value of ionization potential, will not lose the electron easily. So the value of threshold frequency will be different for different metal surfaces. It will be the characteristic of the metal surfaces. Now coming to the next point, at a frequency where the frequency of incident light is more than threshold frequency, the electrons come out with certain kinetic energy. That means when the threshold frequency, if suppose the frequency of incident light is just equal to the threshold frequency, then it will only lead to the ejection of electron. But if the case is this, suppose if the case is such that the incident light has a frequency greater than threshold frequency, then in that case then in that case what will happen, the electrons will not only be ejected out from the metal surface but will also have certain kinetic energy. I hope this point is clear. I mean that if the frequency of the incident light is just equal to threshold frequency, then in that case only ejection of electron will occur. But if it is more than threshold frequency, then along with the ejection of electron, there will be increase in kinetic energy also. Some part of the light will be used in increasing the kinetic energy of the ejected electron. Next is kinetic energy increases with increase in the frequency of light. As the frequency of light will increase, the kinetic energy will also be increasing, because when you increase the frequency of light, only the threshold frequency part will be needed to eject out the electron, and rest of the part of frequency will be utilized in increasing the kinetic energy. That means nu naught is a constant for a particular metal, but the Ke can change. Obviously it can change depending upon the frequency of the incident light. So I hope this phenomena, photoelectric effect, is clear. What is photoelectric effect? This is the ejection of electron from the metal surface when a photon strikes on metal surface. So this is obviously making it clear that the photon is behaving as a particle here. When a particle is striking another particle, then only it will be displaced from its position. If it would have been a wave, this ejection would have not been possible. That is why photon is also considered as a particle which has some energy. Now coming to another phenomena, black body radiation. It was explained by Max Planck. He said that when an iron rod was heated, in the earlier heating, in initial heating, it was observed that the color changed to dull red, and when it was heated to a higher temperature, the color changed to more red, and then when it was further heated, the color changed to white, and then on further heating the color changed to blue. So this was quite unpredictable observation, because everyone must be thinking that when you heat an iron rod, it will turn red and then more red and then deep red like this. But the observation was very much different from the expectation. In initial heating it was dull red, then more red, then it turned white, and then it turned blue as the temperature was increasing. So again, this was an unexpected observation which couldn't be explained with the help of wave nature of the radiation. So again, this was successfully explained considering the radiation as a particle. So frequency of radiation increased with the increase in temperature. When the temperature was increasing, the frequency of radiation was also increasing. Now what is the frequency of radiation meaning here? It means when the iron rod was heated, the electron jumped from ground state to the excited state, and the color which was being observed was due to the electron coming back to the ground state from the excited state. As I told you in my earlier sessions, when electron comes back from higher energy levels to lower energy levels, it emits out the absorbed energy in the form of radiation. Now depending upon the frequency of the radiation which was emitted out will decide the color of the rod, of which color it will appear to be. So frequency of radiation increase with increase in temperature. That is why these colors were obtained. The ideal body which emits and absorbs all frequencies is called black body, and the radiations emitted out from such body is known as black body radiation. So again, this unexpected result was related to the increase in frequency with increase in temperature, which could be explained only with the help of particle nature and not with the wave nature. So you don't have to go into much detail of it. You only have to remember these phenomena. Basically, this part, photoelectric effect, is more important in comparison to black body radiations. Most of the times you get the question based on photoelectric effect. So make this concept clear and practice the numericals based on it from NCERT. I'll be discussing the numericals also with you children. I hope today's session is clear, and from next session onwards I'll try to begin with quantum mechanical model of atom, which is very, very important and the most important part of this chapter. Thank you children. Take care.